In this video, I have to deal with a nasty little bug that's in my pond at the moment called Fluke. Now, anybody who's had ponds for a little while, you'll know all about Fluke. That little nasty. They come in two types. There's a gill fluke and a skin fluke. So obviously gill fluke concentrates on the gills and the skin on the skin. You find them on both, to be honest. When you do a scrape on your fish, you can do a scrape down the shoulder or on the belly or wherever and you find the skins. But if you can't get into the gill to get the gill fluke, you can scrape over the gill and usually pick them up on the outside anyway. But anyway, either one, both need getting gone because they're not good for your fish. They can eventually kill your fish in big numbers. I think somebody said that your fish is always carrying a fluke round with them. It's only when it can lead to certain stress factors where it sort of the fish gets knocked back a little bit with its health or whatever it is, and the stress factor allows the parasite to take a hold and then start replicating, and away they go from there. So I spotted that my chag was sucking in its food as usual because it's a greedy monkey, but then spitting it back out again. What the hell is it doing that? So 24 hours, kept an eye on that. Then I see a few others flashing on the bottom, and then others started spitting the food out, and then next to nothing at the window. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. So did a scrape and found, yep, that again, Fluke. So Fluke is in the pond, not riddled at the moment, which is good, so I think I might have caught it early enough, but I'm gonna have to do a treatment in the pond to deal with this and deal with it quick. I think I brought this upon myself a little while ago, about was it last video before? I was talking about treatments for parasites, and one of those I was talking about Fluke treatments, and there was a number of treatments that I had in, and one that I brought in for the occasion was a treatment called Fluke P, £31 a bottle, 500 millilitres. This one treats 12,500 litres. Now they say it's a one-off treatment, this, but I've taken some advice from somebody who's got a lot more experience than me, and I'm going to do a treatment on day one, as it says on the tin, and then day two I'm going to do a 50% treatment, and whatever's left in the bottle I'll do a third, because my pond is 7,000 litres, so 2,700 to 14, so that's only just 12,500 litres. So I think what I'll have to do is I'm going to do a measured treatment on day one, do half of what's left in the bottle on day two, and then whatever's left in the bottle goes in on day three, rather than do the 7 days. It just says here you've got to wait for 7 days and do another treatment. So I'm going to basically do that. Dose, then day two, half of whatever the first dose was, and then day three, whatever's left in this bottle, because I can't afford to go out and spend another £31 on a bottle just for a couple of capfuls. But I might have to if the flukes stick around for a while. So I'm looking to start this on day one, but what I've firstly got to do, I've got to clean all my filters off. So I'm going to get all the filters cleaned out, get the vortex cleaned, get the brushes bay done, and so on and so forth through the Japanese matting, all them, so they'll all be nice and clean, so there's nothing in the way of this stuff doing what it should be doing. Now while I'm talking about this stuff, I said in the video a couple of videos ago, you might remember, that I tried Fluke S, which is the powdered version, and that didn't do any good whatsoever in my pond. Following that video, after saying I was going to try this next time, or should Fluke come in next time, you open your mouth and look what happens. Somebody commented that this is the liquid version of Fluke S. So that's interesting. I found Fluke S didn't work last time, and I've been using Fluke P. No, I've been using Fluke M. So since then I've been using flubendazole, which is the Fluke, the other ones. I can't subtract of how many different kind of Fluke treatments there are. Unbelievable amounts. So because that's different, but since then I've done nothing but flubendazole, whereas the Fluke P has the praziquantel chemical in. So this has praziquantel in, and I'm going to go back to this to see if the Fluke haven't just started getting used to using flubendazole and try the praziquantel stuff instead. If it doesn't work, I'll have to go and find another product. But let's get this in today. Filters cleaned, product in, then go to day two. Right, filters are clean. I have my dedicated watering can. I tried using an old one for the garden one time and realised I was watering the flowers with plant growth stuff in them, and then realised I don't need to because I've got nitrates in my water, so why am I buying that? So I don't buy that anymore. I just feed pond water into the garden. It's got nitrates in it. Try it. Right, so this stuff I'm not going to tell you what measured things there are because my pond is different to yours, so I've done the calculation for whatever the measured dose is going to be. It says here use 18 millilitres per 454 litres. So me personally, I'm going to round that up because I'm going to go over a little bit of what the prescribed is, and that's just me. I'm not saying you should do that, that's just what I'm going to do. So, what a lovely colour. Right, they're in. Right, it's almost instantly started to foam in the pond. It's also, I put the skimmer on which blows air out, that also foaming, and in the filters is almost instant as well, literally within minutes. My moving bed has got a nice foamy froth on it now. Right, that's in. Let's see how it goes now. Double thinking about it, maybe I should have taken out that filter floss from the Japanese matting bay, and I'm sure it'll absorb, but then it's in the system, so just as long as I don't touch it, it should just flow through the system. And I might take it out tomorrow morning when dose number 50% of dose goes in on day 2. I don't know, I'll have a think about that. So lots of flashing going on now, because you find with a lot of these treatments that you put in, because it affects the parasite on the fish, it irritates the fish even more. So they're doing lots of flashing around at the moment. I'm just hoping nobody bumps themselves too much as the Quental Fluke P starts taking effect. Day 2, let's go to there. Shitting! It's a couple of days on now since the first dose of Fluke P went in. I haven't recorded the second and third day because you know how that works. It's got to show you on the first day, so it's the same thing, just adding more. But before we go on to the results of that, I just wanted to, I usually do like a question thing, comment below, of things that are on my mind. And this week, Nitrate. Interesting one. I don't usually monitor nitrate a great deal because it's a lot less harmful to the fish than ammonia or nitrite. If it comes, it's there, okay, I kind of deal with it, do a couple of ward changes, no, I don't panic over it basically. But the other day I did one, but it was sky high. It was literally in the 160s, so I was like, where the hell's that come from? Literally overnight. I don't know, because I usually do these sort of, occasionally, and for whatever reason I thought, I'll just check nitrite, just see how that's going on. It's through the roof, sky through the roof it was, poof, 160 plus, blood red, dark red it was. Wow, that's interesting. So anyway, water changed, usual stuff, next day, back to normal. That was close, flipping heck. If I hadn't have just monitored that at the time, how long would that have been sitting in there like that high? And then others started coming in and asking, has your nitrate been high? Yeah, yours? Yeah, my nitrate's high as well. So what's yours been like over the last couple of weeks? Because I know this time's been scooting on since my last video's been in. But the interesting video I saw, Alan Udale, got a YouTube channel. He's one of my subscribers. We watch each other's videos, and he had the same thing, poof, through the ceiling, overnight, nitrate. I'm going to put a link to his video below of how he cured it. But he used cloverleaf blanket answer. I don't know how the hell he fell upon that, and I think he says the same in his video. I kind of stumbled across this, but this is what I did. So he put a dose of that in. I forgot how much he put in. I think it's maybe just a quarter dose or just a little bit of he put in. And overnight it knocked all the nitrates off. I'll put the link below, and you can see the video yourself. It's only a real short video from Alan, but see what you think. And also comment below. Is your nitrate been high? And if so, what do you think's causing it? Water companies maybe? I don't know. Right, so back to results. Fluke P. Yeah, use the Fluke P. As far as I'm aware, so far so good. It's just, you know your pond and you have a little inkling that something's not quite right. This has been a few days now that I've done this video. We did day 1 a few days ago, and this is why I missed the video last week, because I did day 1 and 2 and 3, and then there's a couple of days later. Just keep an eye on things, and it's just, I don't know, there's just something wrong in the pond still. I'm sure it's fine, but it doesn't seem right. But anyway, I'm going to give it 24 hours and do some scrapes and just make sure we've got no more fluke in the pond, and then everybody's happy. We're back to normal again. Fish haven't been back to really good feeding yet. There's more coming up to the window now, which is good, and they are feeding more. Chag's spat out a couple of times, but then he swallowed the rest. I think he's been very selective with what he was eating. Whether he's got a sore throat after those little monkeys have been chewing away at his gills or what, I have no idea. So I'm going to give him, like I said, give him all a couple of days just to settle down after that treatment and see how it goes, and see what happens from there. Can't knock it till you tried it. Every day's a school day. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, share, ding the bell for notifications. Click that like, because that makes all the difference on the algorithms. Thanks very much for watching. Good lifestyle.